Hello ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? Bring you guys a deck profile over here. This is actually the deck that I ended up playing in a previous video that I did upload, Jurrac Ninjas versus Fire King. This deck has actually seen a lot of success. It's only had about 5 to 4 losses in matches. Some of them I got 2-0'd, and then the other ones I got 2-1'd. But from those 5 or 4 losses, I've gained about maybe 30 to 40 something wins with this deck. I can't really remember all, but I remember I beat a Mermail Atlantean deck at one point. I beat 2 Fire Kings, and then I beat 2 Fire Fists. And then I started to face some weird obscure stuff like Chain Burn, just a generic burn deck, Empty Jar, Macro Mill, and then we started getting back to meta again. We're just like, oh, I'm up against Chaos Dragons, and I 2-0'd it. So I don't know. It's been fun times. It's been fun times with this deck. I've also beaten several Dark World as well. The decks that I've lost to, one Evil Swarm 2-0'd me, only because I really didn't know what was going on, and then, oh god, he had everything. At the same time, it was just like, I didn't know what was going on, and he had everything. And then I also lost to a Mermail Atlantean deck. He won game 1, I won game 2, then he took game 3 as well. I couldn't do anything to Reborn, Double Abyss Megalo, and then Moulin Glace. Oh god, it was so scary. Okay, anyways. Yeah, but this deck has been fun. I originally made the deck because I had a thing for Naruto before, which I still kind of do, but I don't really watch or read that much of Naruto anymore. But this deck really just kind of reflected that, all things considered. So I'm just going to hop right into it and explain some card choices along the way. 1 White Dragon Ninja. This is the only... I think it really is the only liability in the whole entire deck, because you never want to draw this thing. Even though I'm only running 1, I've actually drawn this a lot. Your ideal way of bringing it out is always the Super Transformation. That's actually the only way you should ever be bringing it out, because if you ever draw it, there's never going to be a moment where you're going to tribute 2 monsters just to summon this thing. You're never going to be in that position, and if you are, it's never going to look like the right play. It's never going to look like the best play, and you're never going to do it. So it's just going to sit dead in your hand, and I've been in that position a lot. It sucks when you draw it, but you know, when you have it, you have it with Super Transformation, and it's a 2700 attack monster, so it's pretty big, all things considered. And playing it allows me to actually play Heavy Storm, because while this is up, say I have like a bunch of traps, and like I don't want to do anything, but I want a Heavy Storm because my opponent has some whatever at the back. I want a Heavy Storm, so if I go Heavy Storm while I have White Dragon Ninja up, White Dragon will actually protect me, and Heavy Storm will only affect my opponent. Same thing. There were times where, like, I went up against X-Sabers as well. We never got to finish that match because of connection errors, but he went Hyunlei. I chained Super Transformation on Hyunlei's effect. I got rid of my Hanzo and one of his X-Saber monsters. I brought out White Dragon Ninja. Now there's a monster on the field that he cannot get over for the life of him, and at the same time White Dragon Ninja protects my spells and traps from being destroyed, so that just completely wasted Hyunlei. And I don't know, it was good times. I did that with a lot of stuff. I did that with 1 Fire King monster, I think the Nephthys thing. So yeah, I did that as well, so this card saved me a lot. So yeah, but I love it and hate it. It's kind of that kind of relationship. Triple Hanzo, you need it, mandatory. 1 Velo, and the triple Guaiba. So this is your Jurrac part of the deck, and they're also targets for Super Transformation. I wasn't originally playing Velo, but I ended up just sticking in Velo simply because the third Guaiba was kind of useless sometimes. Like, yes, I can still use him for generic XYZ. Yes, I can summon him, Reborn a Guaiba, and do something like that. But originally, if you don't do anything like that, he's just a 1700 normal monster in the end. If he's the last Guaiba, he's just a 1700 normal monster. So I wanted to give him purpose. Like, he still gave people a scare. Like, I've seen some people, like, They ended up compulsing my last Guaiba, even though it was completely useless, because they were afraid. So I kind of gave it purpose. So I added in the Velo, so that's another target, and Velo can actually get my Guaibas as well. So, I don't know, pretty good stuff, all things considered. Triple Upstart Golden Ninja. You run a lot of traps. You gotta do some XYZ shenanigans. Bam! Upstart Golden Ninja. Yay. One Grand Mole. Gets rid of problematic things. And yeah, I don't know. I've grown fond of him. Double Maxi, Double Veiler. I was actually just gonna try some different things, but honestly, these hand traps never have failed me yet. There were times where I would take only maybe one of them out. I'd either take out the Veilers or the Maxi, and I'd throw in something else during game 2 and 3. But other than that, usually game 1, you know, they did their thing, and sometimes I never even drew them, so it was like they were never there anyways. They didn't really hinder me, to be quite honest, and I think the Maxi could have been better, though. In all my duels, I don't think it really just did justice, but whatever. So that's all the monsters. Now into the spells. We got Heavy Storm, Rhoda, Reborn, Double Duality, Triple MST, and Triple Forbidden Lance. Yay. So now into traps. We're at Double Bottomless, Double D Prison. I was actually really afraid of Dimensional Prison, like, playing it. Only because I was really afraid that I was just going to get sniped out. Because Fire Fists have that one monster that can pop spells and traps. Murma Atlanteans have the exact same thing. And then, of course, there's Night Beams, there's Triple MST, there's Heavy Storm. God, there's so much. So I was just like, you know what? Whatever, let's play it. And lo and behold, actually, the decks that I kind of feared using this against, it actually worked quite well, to be honest. So, I don't know. I throw it in there. Why not? It banishes. Cool stuff. Double Compulsory gets rid of annoying stuff, Synchros, XYZs, maybe not so much Synchros, but maybe Stardust, but whatever. Vanity's Emptiness. Stops so much. I love it. It really, like, in a lot of decks that I ended up facing, the minute I flipped this up, it completely halted everything. Like, yes, I special summon myself because I have Upstart Golden Ninja, I have Guaiba effects, I have Velo effect, I have Super Transformation, I have Reborn, I have all that stuff, so I can special summon as well. But you really just need to be smart about this card, because if you can flip it at the exact right time, it could really damage your opponent. It is a really tremendous card. That's why I side another one. It's so good. Triple Art of Super Transformation, obviously, and then the Triple Solemn. Now into the extra deck. You see the extra deck is kind of blank. The reason for that is because the extra deck is still really being made, to be quite honest. But do know that I do play the Blade Armor Ninja, I do play Excalibur, I do play Dolka, and I do play Lagia. And then everything else is just generic XYZ stuff. So that's what it's looking like right now. I don't know if I'm going to keep it that way, because, you know, I do have Veiler, so I do have the Tuner in there, so I might want to do something with that. I may want to stick in a Starlight Road, so if I do, I might want to stick in a Stardust in the extra deck as well. I just have too much thoughts, not enough time to test, and that's why I don't really want to show you guys the extra deck completely, but do know that for sure Blade Armor Ninja is there, for sure Excalibur is there, for sure Lagia and Dolka are there. So just keep that in mind. And now onto the side. Double Sazank. I love this. I side it in like all the time. It's so amazing, actually. It helps against so much you have no idea, especially against those Burning Knuckler thing when they go for that one XYZ, that 2200 attack monster to begin with, and then it just gets bigger and bigger because it doesn't die. Sazank just takes care of it because it doesn't destroy monsters, it just sends. I love it. And at the same time, I can use it in conjunction with Super Transformation as well, because it is a ninja card, so I don't know, it's the Snowman Eater of the deck, I guess, but kind of more suitable here. And then I do side the Dark Hole. I run the Double Dust in the side as well, and then the Vanity's Emptiness, the second one. And yeah, my side is still pretty much in the works as well, but these are what I'm currently siding in, like, all the time. I don't side in anything else. I don't know why, but these cards have really come in handy in a lot of situations. Whether or not I'll keep them, like, that's up to another time. Maybe I'll do an update and you'll see how it is, but for the time being, this is how I've been kind of siding. I don't know, maybe I might just do away with the Sazanks. You know, maybe I don't want them. Maybe I don't want the Dark Hole. Maybe I don't want the Dust Tornadoes. I don't know. We're going to have to see after I test and then I do an update video. So stay tuned for that as well. So this is my Jurrac Ninja deck. Have a go at it. There are a lot of times where when you're playing this deck, you will have to anticipate your opponent's moves, and that's how really I got a lot of my wins with this. It wasn't just based on luck or top decking, whatever. It was really just, okay, I'm going to anticipate this. If he does that, then I'm definitely going to do this, blah, 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 blah. So just think, really think, especially with Vanity's Emptiness. Oh, so good, so good. Alright, that's it. Bye, guys.